and where we'd place a choch and break a structure. So for those of you that follow my Instagram, you will know that I post quite frequently about chochs and how I enter with a choch. And I also get asked, what is a choch and what is a break structure? What's the difference? So I think like it's only right for me to jump on here and make you a quick video so it's easier for you guys to understand why I place a choch where I do and what I use it for within my strategy. So we're going to start out just mapping a bit of bullish structure into a bearish choch. But while we're mapping out the bullish structure, I'm going to explain to you what a breaker structure is as well. So for those that don't understand the difference between the two. So we're going to start off with printing a low. Then we're going to have a high. Then we've got a higher low and a higher high. Then a higher low, then a higher high. Then a higher low, then a higher high. And I'm going to just stop it here. Right, so for those of you that don't know why, this is a higher low. The reason is because it's higher than the last low, same as this. This is a higher low because it's higher than its last low. And this is a higher high because it's higher than its last high. Now, a breaker structure occurs in the market when price breaks to the upside or to the downside. So as you can see here, we have a breaker structure to the upside. After every high gets broken, that's a breaker structure. Imagine ringing me when I'm doing a video. Sorry guys, I've just ended that. So as you can see, we've got a breaker structure to the upside. And then we also have another breaker structure here. So as I just explained, the reason these are breaker structures, guys, is because as you can see, price trades through the structural points every time to the upside, meaning it's breaking structure. Now, for a choch to occur in the market, prices have to break to the upside and then the downside, because that's a possible change of character. So as you can see here, like price is traded up, we broke to the upside, meaning there's a breaker structure here. Now on the way back down, price this time, for a choch, we want to break the structural low. So as you can see, the structural low has been broken. The demand in this area has been taken. The supply in this area has been taken, meaning that there could be a possible change of character now happening in the market. So we could be changing trend. So as you can see, we would mark this low across to where it broke. And this is where your choch would be. Let me mark out a choch just so it's easier for you to see it. There it is. There's a choch. Also going to mark one of these as a breaker structure, so you know what a breaker structure is. So this was a breaker structure. Now, let's say we carry on the trend now. We're just going to carry on a trend. We're going to go lower. So now we have a lower high. The reason we have a lower high is because it's lower than the last high. Then we have a lower low, lower high, lower low. Now we're going to leave it there. Now, once again, as you can see, we've got breaker structures now to the downside. The reason we have it to the downside is because this low is taking out the last low. Once again, we've got a breaker structure from here. This could also be classed as weak lows, strong highs. The reason these are strong highs is because the highs are holding on the way down. The reason these are weak lows is because they're weak lows because they're breaking on the way down. Same as here, we have strong lows because the lows are holding, and we have weak highs because the highs are being broken. Now, as I said, we have a break of structure to the downside here. Let me just mark that. And then for a choch to happen in a bearish structure, we would want price to break to the downside, taking liquidity from the demand. And then we would want price to break to the upside, taking liquidity from the supply. So if price carries on its trend, we're going up and we break this structural high here, we've took the liquidity from the supply, meaning now there could be a possible change of character again, meaning trend could be changing to go bullish back from bearish, okay? So we would label a choch from here where the supply would be lying in the market at this high. We'd have supply here. Let me just mark like a little zone as we would if we was trading. So we have a supply zone here. This supply zone has been broken, meaning there's a change of character. Now we could be looking at changing to a bullish trend. Now, I am going to go over this on the live markets as well. I just jumped on here to make it a little bit easier for those that are quite new to trading. If there's some of you that don't understand what a change of character is, it's not really fair to jump onto a candle chart and just go straight into it. So I've done a quick drawing out just to explain it a little bit easier to you guys. But now we are going to jump over to the candle chart just after this. But first, we're going to label the choch here, as you can see. So this is where the choch would lie in the market if we was in a bearish trend turning bullish, okay? Now I will jump over to the candle chart